This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, Little Miss Shamrock is crowned in Ireland as the town prepares for its St. Patrick's celebration coming up. A Rockport man sentenced for burglaries and auto thefts. And in sports, Kurt Guxell reviews boys basketball sectional victories from this past weekend. Plus, WJTS Inform features TRICAP Housing Services Director Neil Elkins talking about energy assistance. Good evening, I'm Bill Potter with the WJTS News. The 2018 Miss Shamrock pageant was held this Sunday and saw 11 contestants compete for the title. The contest is a prelude to a week's worth of events the town of Ireland hosts in celebration of St. Patrick's Day. Ella Leinenbach took home the top honor of 2018 Little Miss Shamrock. First runner-up in the contest was Sophie Schneer. On Friday, the town celebrated the honorary Mayor for a Day with Rich and Betty Edwards, which was followed by flipping of the switch, lighting up Ireland as streetlights illuminated the little town with green. Today saw judging on the home lighting contest. Celebrations will pick up on Friday, March 16th with the St. Mary Church fish fry, followed by a weekend's worth of Irish celebration. A complete list of dates and times St. Patrick's celebrations events are going on in Ireland. Visit the website, stpatsirelandin.com. A Tell City man caused some concern this weekend when he allegedly impersonated a first responder while entering a home where police were investigating a battery. 31-year-old David Templin of Tell City was arrested Saturday following his entry into a home where police were responding to a possible battery. Templin tried to treat a man at the scene who was injured, and when asked for credentials as a first responder, Templin could not produce any. Police did a search with local agencies and public safety databases for Templin, but were not able to identify him as a first responder. Police also reported that Templin had a handgun in his waistband but had a license to carry the firearm. And after a search of Templin's vehicle, which was equipped with a police radio and an emergency blue light, like the ones periodically used by emergency response personnel, found an AR-15 rifle with high-capacity clips and ammunition. Tell City police say that recently Templin has made a habit of showing up to official police calls and that the police department had sent a letter to him ordering him not to respond to scenes. Tell City Police Department is asking for the public's help in trying to determine if Templin might have passed himself off in some official capacity before. Anyone with information should call the Tell City Police Department at 812-547-7068, 812-547-7068. Over the weekend, Indiana State Trooper Ross Johnson stopped a Jasper man on US 231 near State Road 56 for speeding. State Trooper Johnson, a drug recognition expert, determined through his investigation that 38-year-old Terrence Vaughn was impaired on a controlled substance. The juvenile that was in Vaughn's vehicle was, at the time, was unharmed in the incident, but Terrence Vaughn was arrested on multiple charges, including obstruction of justice, operating a vehicle while intoxicated, operating a vehicle while intoxicated endangerment, and operating a vehicle while intoxicated with a passenger less than 18 years of age. State police have zero tolerance for impaired driving. If you see an impaired driver, call 911. We all have to work together to keep our communities safe. A young man found himself behind bars early Sunday morning after resisting law enforcement and being drunk in public. Officers were dispatched around 5 a.m. Sunday morning to the intersection of 4th and Main Street in reference to a possible fight or argument in the street between multiple subjects. When officers arrived, they found 19-year-old Ezra Butler. Butler ignored officers' commands to stop and fled on foot. He was apprehended in the Matrix Integration parking lot with the assistance of the Dubois County Sheriff's Department. Butler tested .17 blood alcohol content on a portable breath test. He was transported to the Dubois County Security Center and booked on charges of public intoxication, resisting law enforcement, and minor consumption. A 20-year-old man was sentenced Friday following guilty pleas in a series of burglaries and auto thefts. 20-year-old Dakota Hack of Rockport was sentenced on Friday afternoon in the Spencer Circuit Court after entering guilty pleas to a series of burglaries and auto thefts that occurred in the Rockport and Grandview areas in May and July of 2016. Hack has been in custody at the Spencer County Law Enforcement since his arrest in July 2016. The Rockport Police Department began investigating a burglary at Coyote Battery in Rockport in May of 2016. Based upon information received in the investigation, officers suspected involvement by Hack and located him for questioning. During questioning by officers Kyle Maldonado and Dale Meredith, Hack admitted to being responsible for the break-in and confessed to a number of other burglaries and thefts of vehicles and ATVs. Deputy David Hall of the Spencer County Sheriff's Department was then contacted, and he interviewed Hack and began investigating the other cases. Hack entered into a plea and sentencing agreement with the Spencer County Prosecutor's Office on October 20th, 2017, in which he entered guilty pleas to 1 count of burglary as a level 4 felony, 3 counts of burglary as level 5 felonies, and 3 counts of auto theft as level 6 felonies. Following entry of the pleas, a pre-sentence investigation report was ordered and a sentencing hearing was held on March 2nd. Under the agreement accepted by Circuit Court Judge John Dart, Hack received a sentence of 11 years at the Indiana Department of Correction. Upon good behavior, there is the possibility of Hack's sentence being modified to work release or other intensive monitoring to begin paying back restitution to the victims, which is also ordered as part of the plea and sentencing agreement. Under Indiana law, offenders sentenced for level 5 or higher felonies must serve at least 75% of their sentence and must serve at least 50% of a sentence for a level 6 felony. A Central Indiana sheriff says a deputy who was shot while helping pursue a suspect has died at an Indianapolis hospital. Boone County Sheriff Mike Nelson said in a Facebook post early this morning that 34-year-old Deputy Jacob Pickett had died. The sheriff wrote that the married father of 2 young children will be missed by so many. Pickett had been on life support for a donation of his organs. His body was scheduled to be escorted by police motorcade Monday morning to the Marion County Coroner's Office. Pickett was shot Friday in Lebanon, about 20 miles northwest of Indianapolis, while helping pursue a man wanted on an arrest warrant who had fled with 2 others. A 21-year-old man is jailed on preliminary murder charges in Pickett's shooting. 1 man is dead and 2 children hospitalized following a fatal Saturday morning fire in Gibson County. 38-year-old Christopher Milletti died from injuries he sustained when the mobile home he was staying in caught fire. 2 children were also in the home at the time of the fire. Both children were airlifted to Riley Hospital for Children in Indianapolis for treatment of severe burns. An investigation is underway by the State Fire Marshal's Office into the cause of the fire. Over the weekend, the Spencer County Coroner's Office identified the 2 people who perished in last Thursday's deadly house fire, 81-year-old Frederick Lorenz and his wife, 71-year-old Elizabeth Lorenz. Identities were confirmed Friday by the Spencer County Coroner's Office. The coroner says both died from smoke inhalation. The Crisney Volunteer Fire Department was called to the fire on County Road 900 North just after 5 a.m. Thursday. Once the fire was out, the 2 bodies were found inside the home on opposite sides of the structure. No foul play is suspected, but the cause of the fire remains under investigation by the Indiana State Fire Marshal's Office. A search was dispatched late last week for a Perry County man who rescuers fear fell into the river from his kayak on Thursday. Scott Whitehead of rural Rome told friends he planned to kayak in backwater in the area. His kayak was found in backwater Thursday afternoon, but Whitehead was nowhere to be seen. Indiana conservation officers began a search of the area Thursday, which lasted several hours and resumed Saturday morning in the Tide and Thrifty Roads area. Whitehead is a cattleman and a farmer who lives in the area. The Red Cross set up on Saturday in Spencer County, supplying those affected by recent flooding with drinking water and cleanup supplies. Along with the Red Cross providing supplies to local residents this past weekend, the Spencer County Health Department says it will provide those who have been in contact with flood waters tetanus vaccinations. And that appointments can be made by calling 812-649-4441, 649-4441. State Representative Stephen Bartels also made a trip to the area on Saturday to assess the damage that has been done. Stephanie Melton, Spencer County Emergency Management Agency Director, says that those who have had incurred damage due to recent flooding need to file a damage assessment report through the Indiana Department of Homeland Security. A direct link to the damage assessment can be found on the Spencer County EMA's Facebook page. Melton says if residents need assistance in filing the report, they should contact the EMA office at 812-649-6020, 649-6020. In February, Indiana Governor Holcomb issued a disaster declaration due to flooding that currently includes 26 Indiana counties, including Perry, Warwick, and Spencer counties. County emergency declarations were also established in these areas as County Board of Commissioners determined conditions warranted that emergency services could not be provided to the public in a timely fashion. With county officials recognizing a state of emergency, initiated county emergency plans and allowed additional resources to be provided by the state to assist local response efforts. Indiana State Police arrested 37-year-old Gavin Brown of Paoli on child pornography charges. Brown, who serves as Paoli Youth Football president, was arrested on 3 felony charges of child pornography after he attempted to obtain nude photos of a 14-year-old female juvenile in exchange for nude photographs of himself. Detectives presented the case to the Orange County Prosecutor's Office, and the Superior Court issued an arrest warrant for Brown. Brown turned himself in to the Orange County Sheriff's Department and was arrested on the following charges: possession of child pornography, dissemination of a matter harmful to minors, and inappropriate communication with a child. He later bonded out of jail. The trial of a Paoli man accused of child molesting has been postponed. The trial of Benjamin Chastain, related to multiple allegations of child molesting, was to begin today. The trial has been rescheduled in Orange County Circuit Court for August 7th. 41-year-old Chastain is facing 3 felony counts of child molestation after incidents that occurred nearly 15 years ago. He is being held on a $10,000 cash bond. Now please stay tuned. Weather, sports, and WJTS Inform about energy assistance are still to come.